I'm just gonna take you along as I start picking out some of the papers for the spring journals that I'm doing. So I'm gonna turn you around and I'll show you how I store my paper and which ones I'm gonna choose. Thanks. All my papers on the back of the door. It's just a convenient way to separate my papers, and they're not taking up that much space because they're about behind the door. But I find this to be a really good way to store my papers. So I always choose some music paper. This is shorthand papers. I like that. Especially because I was a secretary for 25 years. So I did learn how to do shorthand when I was in school, but I hated it. I ended up learning speed writing, and I loved that. It worked great. And then here's just some like lined paper. I'll grab some of that. Let's see what else we have. I have some eco dyed papers. I'll grab a few of those. I probably will grab some of this because it's just lined paper. I could put it on the back of a journal card. Okay, let's see what else. I am going to need some bigger pages for that flower journal. Here's some bigger pages too. Sorry that I'm kind of wiggling you around. I've never videotaped like this before, so not for my channel anyways. I just like to choose all different types of papers. Good evening, everyone. This is Terry from Allen Art and Design. If you're new here, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. Just wanted to show you that I had this old curtain and I kept it because I thought it was so pretty. I'm just going to go ahead and cut it with some pinking shears. Because this stuff shreds or frays or whatever you want to call it. But I thought that I could use this. Let me shut that. I could use it for the spine. Let me see how big I need to make it. Oh yeah, let's end up ironing it before I glue it down. I don't know. There's like an embroidered flower there that's hard to get through. Straighten it up a little bit. Okay, yep, that's good. All right, let's see. So now I just have to do this side. So I will experiment with the glue. I have some extra material and see which one works best. And then I'll glue that in, let it dry, and I'll have to decide whether I want pockets or not. But I just thought I'd show you that. I went around the room and I looked through all of my stuff to see what I had to use for ephemera for these journals. Stuff that I can use up. I've got this really pretty spring label. I think that's probably going to go on my flower journal. But then I have, stickers and little pieces of paper with birds on it. I have butterflies. This is a label. These are some journal cards that I made. So we got birds, butterflies. That can be a flower one. Butterflies. That's a butterfly one. This is just a cute little sticker. I'll use that in the flower one. I found a bird. I'll show you a little bird sticker. I thought that was cute. Here's another butterfly one. I have a bunch of stuff in here that I can use to make things, and I'm gonna recycle these. And I found some more stickers that say spring on them. Those will probably go in my flower journal. This was a collage strip that I had made, and it's got a butterfly on it, so I'll use that. This will go in my flower journal. I'll make something out of these things. This is like a little bag that I made out of napkin and parchment paper. I have to glue it together and then make like a thumb hole here, and then you can glue that on in your journal. Here's one for the flower. There's a flower one. I made this. That was a master board that I made. Just trying to use up some stuff. These are like little cards. They look like those little cigarette cards, but I don't know where I got them. This one's lilac. That's a hydrangea. Blueberry, so I guess I'm not going to put the blueberries in there, but let's see. Then these are just backgrounds that I haven't decorated yet. And here's another one for the flower journal. I'll use these to decorate. This is paper for a butterfly journal, so that can go there. These are just little brown paper bags, but I can use those in the journal. I'll just decorate them. It says eat, drink, and be married. I bought a whole bunch of these at like Savers. So I've got, one for each. And then I have these little backgrounds that I can use for the back of cards. This is a nice bird one that I made. And here's a butterfly one. And then this stuff is all things to use to decorate. This I can use in my flower journal. And these are all just like backgrounds and things. These, each one of them is going to get one of these. Great place for journaling. And then I'll decorate the outside of each one for each of the 3 journals. And this is just packaging that I can use for the back of a journal card. These are little envelopes. I love putting envelopes in all of my journals. So I'll be using those. I just like the lines on this, that I could cut this and glue it onto the back of a card. Like one of these cards. I could just cut it, glue it on, and then I could just put something over that. But that would go nicely on there. So it's just a way to use up some stuff. This is some purple, I don't know, paper. It's kind of shiny. It's pretty. That would make a nice little journal card. Here's some more paper that I can use. These are bigger envelopes. This won't fit in the bird journal. These are the kind they load from the top. They're really nice envelopes. So I'll probably put one in the butterfly journal and one in the flower journal. And then I have these craft ones. So I have quite a bit of stuff that I can work with here. I'll put the bigger things on the bottom. Yeah, so I think that'll be great for when I start doing the ephemera. All right, so I've got it separated out a little bit by the theme here. Yeah. And then this is the birds. I need a lot more bird stuff, it looks like. This is going to be for the flower journal. Put that in there. And I'll put the little stickers on top so I don't lose them. Okay, so that's ready to go. Going through some things. For decorating these journal cards, I've got, this is a book with all different kinds of flowers in it. I'm going to go like this so that hopefully you won't get too much of a glare. just has all kinds of different flowers. Someday I want to do like a poppy journal. And then these I thought would be, oops, just came off. So the best thing I found for this, just glue stick. These are just photo albums, and this is, I use these for storage. I have videos on how I store some of my things. So if it falls off like that, no big deal. Just get some glue and stick it back on. And it works actually better than what I was using. I was using art glitter glue. What a waste of glue. I didn't realize at the time what I was doing. But glue stick works better. After a while, the art glitter glue dries up or something and it all starts falling off. So, I have plenty of flour, butterflies. I just recycled some packaging and made a pocket out of it. Why not? So these are all different kinds of butterflies. Again, just stick it back on with some glue stick and boom, it works. Yeah, look at that one. That one's beautiful. It doesn't match my butterfly journal. I've already picked out the butterflies that I'm going to use. But anyways, I just wanted to show you that I have a big collection of butterflies. I think I even have another one. All different kinds, which is great. I like having options. And this is the other one. These are all photo albums that I've recycled. This one, I love this one. This is my favorite. Let me do it so that hopefully you won't get a huge glare. But this is another butterfly collection that I have. These are pretty. I actually included some of these in the journals that I sent out as subscriber giveaways. I was using these because I thought they went great with the journals. So I got plenty of butterflies to choose from. I don't think I need any more butterflies. See, look at the glue. It works so good. It was sticking to the page. Just stick it back on. No big deal. It's a great way to store your ephemera. Lots of different options. Next thing I want to show you is papers that I pulled for the journals, because I'm going to be sewing in signatures for the bird journal and the butterfly journal. I'm not completely finished with the flower journal yet. Oh, look at this. Let me tell you what pack this is. It says Butterfly Study Craftsmith, 48 sheets. Special edition, 12 by 12 pack. I got it for $3. I'm sure it was way more than that originally. But there's some beautiful papers in here. Look at this one. This is scram. I will use that for like flip-flop journal or something. I don't want it. This is great background paper. Love that. Okay, so I'm just gonna start pulling some pages because this will be perfect. I'm gonna have to cut it down, but look what you get on both sides. You get this beautiful one, and that one's up there. And I will, let's see, it's gonna mess me up if I cut it, isn't it? I could cut it there, and that way I can use it as a short page. That's fine. Let's see what else we got. Love all this background. This was the thing I was gonna pull out. Look at this. These are journal cards already ready to go. Just gotta back them. Cut them out. I'll be cutting those out tonight. There's 3 pages of those. That's awesome. More background paper. Love these colors. I wasn't even aware that the background paper was in here because I do use a lot of paper like that. Ooh, this one's pretty. So I'll take that one out. Oh, this one's very busy. Busy, busy. Oh, what's this? Oh, you could cut this as borders and things. Yeah, that's what I'll do with that. So I'll take one out and cut the borders apart. Yeah, I'm gonna take one of these, cut it up. So I've got some cutting to do later. So I'll take that. I'm going to fold this in half. There we go. Ooh, that's pretty. So we got those two. Let's see. I was hoping to get 4. All right, there's another one. Very nice. This will just add some instant decoration without having to try too hard. Let's see what we got here. Is this one the same as that one? It is. I hope there's another pattern in here. Oh, look at this green shiny one. That's pretty. Do I have this one? Nope. All right, so there we go. We've got our 4 sheets. These will have to be cut down, which is fine. Yeah, that's great. Okay. So now I want to show you the papers that I pulled from the back of the door in my craft room. I'll just put that aside. Let's see. Before I show you that, I want to show you this. I did go ahead and I picked out 3 butterflies. I think that those are really pretty. I don't think I really like this blue one. I think I'm going to pick a different one. I think there's a purple one. What I'm going to do, I just want to show you real quick, is I'm going to trace these onto corrugated cardboard. And then I'm going to cut it out, glue them on, and then I'll add them to the cover, and they'll be raised up from the cover. It'll make it more dimensional. So I do need one more like medium size. And I may end up, I might have to think about this. I might put like a label there that says butterflies on it. That might be nice. So I got to think about this. But I am definitely going to be putting these, at least these 2, onto corrugated cardboard. So these are the different papers that I pulled. Now these papers, I just use, I'll show you. These are telephone message pads. I got a whole bunch of them. I just want to use them up. I coffee dye these too, but I don't think I'm gonna for this. Just gotta straighten that out a little bit. And then you just put it on the back of the journal card. Like, I'll show you just as an example. I could put that on the back of this. I would trace this out, trim it, and then you have some writing lines on the back. And then you put a butterfly or flower on there. So that'll be good. I'm just gonna put those over here. Let's see what else I have. I have some coffee dyed index cards. And these are great for the back of a journal card too. This is eco dyed paper. I like to add these into my journals. They're very cool looking. Look at that one. Ooh, that one almost looks like butterflies. Yeah, so I'll be using that. Very cool. Add some of those in. And this again is just like lined paper. Sometimes I need to cover a page. This was perfect for that. So I'll use that. Let's see, these, you can also use these on the back of a journal card for the, I just keep them for the lines. Why not recycle them? These came out of like a planner or something. So I'll use that. And then this is just came from a journal. It's just old paper. I like to recycle. And this is shorthand. The color of this music paper. I love it. So I've got a few pieces of those, one for each journal, for or each signature. I think the butterfly journal, I'm going to do 2 signatures. I've got some, this is pretty. It's got birds on it. So I'll probably use that for the bird journal. And this came from a guest book, from like a wedding guest book. But I like to use that, and I love the perforated edges. Love that. And then this is just scrap. It looks like scrapbooking paper. It is. I'll just use it up. And then these are, I love the color of them. These are just, this was a workbook for kids that were taking music lessons. I really just like it for the color of the paper, and it's very sturdy paper too, which is nice. That way if you want to glue something on there, that'll work good. All right, I'm not going to sit here and fold them all up. I'm going to do all of that off camera, and then what I'll do is I'll show you the signatures before. Oh, here's some different music paper before I sew them in. I love the color of this. These are bigger. I probably have to cut them down a little bit. These are part of the one of those kids workbooks. So I have all different sizes. These ones are already folded. I think these are folded into themselves. Look at this. And here we go. So you can put paper on there for you to write on. You can fold them again like this, and then flip it, glue it, and you've got yourself a pocket. You could do that on each side. That would be great. However you want to use it. But they were still together in the middle, so I figured that's good. Makes it easier for when you go to sew in your pages. So I've got a few of these. That's good. I want to use them up. That's what I'm going to do. Okay. And then I need some bigger pages like this for that flower journal, because the flower journal is large. Might even turn them sideways and then cover them. Haven't decided yet, but it's good to have some large paper like that. Now this is a plant book. It's all about plants. Looks like it's got some birds and stuff in it too. Might be able to use that for my bird channel. Let's see. I'll just take that out if I can. Yep. And then I'm just going to pick some large pages to put in that garden journal. Yes, just nice to have these big pages like this. And some of these have beautiful flowers on them. So that works out nicely. Yeah, this is perfect for that. Let's see. I'll bring it over so we can take a look at how we might use that. Once I get this glued in and you get in your signatures, the book takes shape and it will be more sturdy than it is right now. But look at, now what you would have to do with these, I'll show you if I can pull another one off, is you would have to take a long piece of paper and connect them, join them, so that way you've got pages. Look at that, they fit in there beautifully actually. I'll probably have to trim them down a little bit, but if they were together like that, very nice. That will work. Ooh, look at this page. That's beautiful. Hopefully there's more pages like that in there. And let me check one of these to see how this would work. Let's see. Yeah, those are big too. Wow, those will work great. Well, I'm happy to say that I found some papers that will fit in it, because I did show the other night that I've got flower calendar. That's what started this whole thing, is the flower calendar, and they're very large pages, and they're gonna fit in here beautifully with all these other pages. And I'll put some shorter pages in too, and if I need to, I will, like I said, I will join them on the edges either this way or that way, and then you'll be able to sew them into your signature as one page. So that's good. I'm feeling good about that. I think I'm just gonna, oh, Looks like I got some sticky stuff on my desk. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to shut this. I'm going to put all these papers together. So now I have a plan for my flower journal once I get it finished. That's good. Okay. All right. So the next thing I'm going to do, once I put together my signatures, I will show you the 2 signatures. I will have put my holes in here because you have to use a hammer and an awl. You don't want to see that. And I have other videos if you want to go back and look at my playlist on how I make different types of journals, and I've shown it quite a few times. I'm going to go ahead and I'll get these ready. I'm going to find one more, I think. I'm going to think about making a label. It says butterflies on there. And then I will have my 2 signatures. All the pages will be cut and assembled. There's going to be 2 signatures. And there'll be 2 of each of these in there with all these other types of pages. So that will be great. This is going to be fun. I love butterflies, so I think the butterfly one might end up being my favorite. I don't know. So the next video I do, I'm going to be working on putting the signatures in this butterfly journal, and I hope you stay tuned. I'd love to hear what you think, especially this journal right here. I have had a few comments, and I know someone loved the butterfly one, and someone also liked the bird one. The bird one is going to be fun. They're all going to be fun to do. They're all going to be different, and that's what I like. The bird journal is going to have 1 signature. The butterfly journal is going to have 2 signatures, and the flower journal is going to have 3 signatures. So I will show you what they look like once I sew in the signatures, but you'll get an idea of how many signatures can actually fit in that size journal. I want to thank you for coming to my channel. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. So once again, thank you for coming to my channel. I will see you in the next video. Happy crafting.